going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you the most in-depth action figure reviews here on YouTube. And today we're taking that WWE Mattel Royal Rumble Elite set featuring the Hurricane, Diesel, Cody Rhodes, and Hulk Hogan, all put together to build your great Khali. If you are interested in grabbing this Elite set, it is now available and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. And you guys shop there, use promo code 4LIFE to save 10% off your order. We're only in September, heading into October as of this recording. The Royal Rumble set will not hit stores till January, so head over to Ringside, use that discount code 4LIFE, and grab this set early. Why wait? Have this phenomenal set in hands many months beforehand. But we're going to take a close, in-depth look at all of these figures individually in their box. We have another Hurricane in the Elite line. He does have the lighter green with a cape. You can see the mask on there. Comes with the interchangeable hands as well as your Khali parts. Royal Rumble Elite packaging is your standard Elite box. You'll see the window box up here, which I'm still not a big fan of. You get the image of Hurricane as well as your Build-A-Figure Great Khali from 2010. It does have the Royal Rumble logo here. On the side, you will have the Hurricane nameplate. Flipping over, you'll have the image of Hurricane. On the back, you'll get some stats. You'll see he does come with the arms to build your great Khali. If you guys would like to look at the read-up, you can pause and do so right now. I don't know about you guys, but when I heard there was going to be a Royal Rumble Diesel, the first thing I thought of was that return Diesel Kevin Nash with the too dark hair and beard. And they did it. I couldn't believe it. We're actually getting that. It would have been kind of cool if they threw two heads in here. Maybe like if you guys didn't want an older, later return Kevin Nash or Diesel, and just kind of wanted a younger one. But it's kind of cool. We've been getting a lot of Diesel lately, huh? I feel like we do have, or at least Kevin Nash. We got the Ultimates coming from the Outsider 2-pack. We did just get the from the Vault Diesel, which we will compare with this figure review. So, but you can see he does have the old school head. This is what I would assume is pretty much the Royal Rumble, or excuse me, the Ruthless Aggression Elite Kevin Nash re-released in the Diesel gear, which I'm all here for. Looks pretty good in the packaging. You will see the image of the older Diesel on the front. Again, the Khali Build-A-Figure part. You'll have the nameplate, says Diesel. Got the image. On the back, you'll see the return here. Big Daddy Cool. He does come with the legs for your Khali Build-A-Figure. And if you guys would like to read the little caption on the back, you can do so now. We have Royal Rumble 1990 Hulk Hogan, where he holds up the banner. Hulkamania will live forever. I can't believe they did this. I mean, the figure, the Elite itself, is, I guess, secondary to this accessory. This Hogan Elite is nothing special. It's pretty much the Elite 96 minus the war bonnet. They threw the sheet in there, but it covers the figure completely, which is kind of cool. Even looks like he's holding it. Absolutely love it. I love the Hulk Rules bandana was also included in there. So a little nice touch here. We're getting quite a few Hogans lately, right? I mean, I cannot complain. It's just, it's so fun to see these figures not only on shelves in stores, but being able to get new product. Like I said, when Hogan was gone from the WWE, it pained me so much, and now that he's back, I'm enjoying every moment of it. And this is one I really wanted. Again, you'll see the awesome throwback image of the Hulkster here. The Royal Rumble logo. You will see the nameplate here on the side. The image of Hulk Hogan. On the back, you'll see him flexing here. He does come with the Khali head, and if you guys would like to read the little read-up, you can do so now. And we also have Cody Rhodes from his first Royal Rumble win. This attire was one I desperately wanted. I'll be honest, when they first revealed the Elite 111 Cody, I was like, oh, that's the Royal Rumble gear, right? No, that was actually, I believe, a SummerSlam attire, which I love that one too, but this is one I really wanted, and this Cody is plussed up. He does have the updated weight belt. They actually do have the new boot articulation on this figure, new design boots, which I'm excited to take a look at once we get on the packaging, but you'll get the image of Cody, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. You got the Khali Build-A-Figure piece there. On the side, you will have the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. You'll see the image of Cody. You'll see the picture from the actual Royal Rumble. He comes with the Khali torso. And if you guys would like to pause and take a look at the little read-up here, you can do so now. But enough chatting. Let's come back. We're going to get Cody and the other figures out of the packaging and see what they're all about. We're going to start this review off with the Hurricane. So accessory-wise, you will get two mic open holding hands with the hand tape. The figure itself does have the two fisted hands for your superhero kind of posing. Your Khali Build-A-Figure parts, you'll get these two massive arms here. He does have the choke slam hands that come on the figure. If you don't like that hand option, you do get two fisted hands, so I do appreciate they're including interchangeable hands with your Build-A-Figure. But Hurricane does look good. I always love his figures. They're so toyetic. Let's get a close-up on that head sculpt here for you guys. You can see how nice the mask looks on there, nice and cleanly done. He does have a little bit of that goatee on his chin. You can see the long sideburns here. I do like how the slick back hair looks. It does have the ponytail in the back. You can see there is a hair tie. They didn't paint it, unfortunately, but still looks pretty good. He does have this cape here. Nice soft goods material. We have seen this before with other Hurricane figures. You can see, it'd be nice if they could include some bendy wire eventually down the road, but it looks pretty good. It does have the H logo with a nice light green. You'll see the different color green on the side. He does have the black pants, a nice kind of like metallic looking green here on the side as well. I really do dig that. He has these shorter boot molds with the kind of white. I do like that they went the extra mile and went with a different coloring underneath it, so it really does give it some separation here. These are also the new feet. I feel like I've been pointing this out with a lot of these videos, with a lot of the figures we went through, and I just feel like aesthetically it looks so much better. I really do like how these kickers look. They're really nice and clean. If you guys want to zoom out, we'll go through some quick articulation for the Hurricane, because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of these newer figures that we've been getting from Mattel, like articulation it's been a little stiff, right? I don't know. The head will fully rotate, no problem. Arm will fully go around. You got the bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows. Hands will rotate and hinge. You do have an ab crunch. Mine's a little tight. I don't really want to mess up that logo, so I'm not going to move it too much. You can see he does have the waist swivel. This has been the big problem with figures for me. The legs are super stiff, but Hurricane seems to be okay. I feel like they do get a little stuck when you try to bring them back. There is a thigh cut. You get the double joint. I'm guessing they're pinless because they're really stiff. They are pinless legs. You will get the boot cut, and again, the new added articulation for the ankle on Hurricane. For your Hurricane comparisons, we do have his Legends figure here. Personally, I think I like this figure better. This is just the version I remember more so with the longer hair. See, he has the mask versus the face paint here. It does have a different logo here underneath, different color green. Both are very toyetic, but again, very different in character. If you guys want to take a look at the back of the capes, similar type material. Obviously, this is made with the green. This also does have the extra piece up top, but it's a preference over which version you like. I think they're both really nice, though. Moving on to Big Daddy Cool Diesel from his Royal Rumble return. Let's take a look at the interchangeable hands that come with this figure. So you'll get a set of the mic open holding hands. I am noticing on the gloved hands, there are no knuckle cuts that we are used to getting with Diesel. So I don't know if they were maybe just full gloves. You can see even on the fisted hand here, it does not have that feature, which is surprising. Again, like I said, he could have maybe just not wore it at the time. He does come with another fisted hand to replace if you guys want to swap that out. For your Khali Build-A-Figure piece, you get his lower legs, and these feel really big. I don't know. Mine feels a little loose, to be honest with you guys. I hope it'll be a little more solid once we put him together. But my God, look at the size of those feet. Jesus, I cannot wait to assemble him and go through that. But here's one thing where I'm going to say I was wrong. In the beginning, I said maybe they could have thrown an interchangeable head with Diesel to have a 2-in-1. You can't, because he actually does have his updated sleeve tattoo, which is pretty cool. I missed that little detail, so kudos to Mattel for including that. That looks pretty awesome. He even does have the forearm tattoo. Looks really nice. So it really is like, you know, an older run Kevin Nash. That's pretty cool that we're actually getting it. Head sculpt, we have seen this before. This is pretty much the same head, if I'm not mistaken, as we've seen before. I believe this was even on the ringside exclusive Kevin Nash figure. But this is the same head we got with the Ruthless Aggression. He does have the painted torso, but you'll see how clean that Diesel logo looks. This is kind of like more of a whitish kind of top versus like the silver we've been getting with a lot of his figures. You can see just the plain black lower legs, but this is freaking fun. I really appreciate they got the black even on the sides. That is awesome. Looks really nice and clean. Again, you can see the ponytail on the back. This figure's badass, man. I think it looks really good. Articulation-wise, let's go through it. Head will fully rotate. You got to be careful of that ponytail. We don't want to break Kevin Nash's ponytail. The arms will fully rotate. You got the bicep cut. Double-jointed pinless elbows. Hands will rotate and hinge pretty well. Ab crunch moves pretty good. Good on the waist rotation. Legs, no problems here. Kicks up about that much. Double-jointed pin legs here for Diesel. Does have the thigh cut. And I believe this is still the old articulation on these lower legs for kind of like the suited pants or just like the jeans look. For your Diesel or Kevin Nash comparisons, I feel like we have gotten so many from Mattel, but I picked out a few here. We have the Ultimate from the New Gen Arena as your Diesel. We do have on the very right here the most recent from the Vault Ringside Collectibles exclusive. Again, you can see the difference in the attire, but this is where I'm going to say this is pretty much a repaint of this Ruthless Aggression figure. You can see it shares the same body, same head. Obviously, they added the tattoo detail, but this figure just looks so nice and clean. Here we have the Hulkster, and look at him holding that sheet is awesome. I was a little worried that it was going to be too thin for him to stay in his hands, but it fits in there for now, so just be careful by stretching those mic open holding hands on the figure. But you get a bunch of other hands if you guys want to use them for playability. You do get 2 fisted hands. You also do get 2 of the open hands from to call to the crowd. For your Build-A-Figure Khali part, you will get his head, which looks spot on. I love this. This looks so good. Great job by Mattel here. Again, you can see the hair sculpt, and we're almost there to building him. But let's take a look at Hulk Hogan, and with this Hulkamania Will Live Forever blanket or sheet, whatever you want to call it, you will see it is on the back. So this was taped on all 4 sides. Just be careful removing the tape. I was scared that I may like rip off some of that logo, but it stayed on there, no problems. It is very thin. I was kind of curious if they were going to put maybe like a rod or something here just to kind of make it a little thicker, but it does hold for now. It doesn't look like it's going to fall out. I just worry about over time if those hands stretch or what, but this is how I'm going to display him. He does actually come with a bandana and a necklace too, which I'm not going to display him with. This is like post-match after he wins, he holds this up. So let's go ahead and remove it off of his hands. I will say that the hands look pretty tight on there. You can see the grip between the mic open holding hands. But if you guys just wanted a playable Elite Hulk Hogan, here's another option. And it really is the Elite 96 all over again. You get the same bandana, has the Hulk rules on there, which is iconic to the 90s. He does have the cross necklace. It even is the same head, which I love. This is perfect for that era of Hulk Hogan. Standard Hulk Hogan body. You get the Elite that we've been seeing over and over again for the most part. If you guys want to run through some quick articulation, the head will fully rotate. Arms will fully go around. You do have the bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows. The hands will hinge and rotate. Do have the ab crunch, the waist swivel, the legs. Again, a little stiff, but not as bad as some other figures. There is a thigh cut. He does have, looks like pinless legs, and these actually feel pretty smooth. If you guys, I don't know if you're going to be able to see underneath the knee pad here, but it is pinless. There is a boot cut, and this looks to be the old articulation on the boots. They did not update it for this figure, but that's a little bit of a bummer. But again, standard Hulk Hogan, you're really not buying this for the Elite. We've gotten so many. You're buying it for this accessory for him to hold. For your Hulk Hogan comparisons, I got a random mishmash of figures to kind of go through. So I do have the most recent WrestleMania Elite that we just got and just reviewed on the channel. If you guys haven't watched that review, go ahead and check it out. But just to give you a different look at the 2 newest Hogans that we've gotten from the Mattel Elite line. This is the Elite 96 figure. It did have the war bond. You can see it really is the same exact figure for the most part. It even comes with this bandana, which you can put over the war bond if you did not like it. We have the most recent Greatest Hits Elite, which was a redo of the Survivor Series figure. And lastly, we do have the Ultimate Edition Series 13. Did swap out the accessories, but if you guys want to see how the Ultimate stacked up versus an Elite, you can see it is a little bigger and taller. Our last figure from the wave is the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. He does come with a set of the mic open holding hands. You also will receive a set of the fisted hands as well as the open hands for him to do his woe pose. For your Khali Build-A-Figure, you will receive the torso, and look at the size of this. This is going to be so fun to put together. But this Cody was one I was highly anticipating. I'm sure a lot of you guys were too. Head sculpt is nothing new. We've seen this head many, many times before. You'll see he does have the Dream tattoo on his chest here. Does have the chest hair. You can see the neck tat over here. Standard. It looks to be, is it a little lower? Nah, it's the same neck tattoo that we've seen over and over again. I wonder if they're ever going to adjust that. I think in time they might. He does have the newer weight belt mold. I'm nervous to take this off because on the Ultimate, it was such a pain in the butt to get on there, but you'll see it has the Nightmare logo. We'll get back to that. Let's take a look at his actual gear. This is just so nice, man. I loved his Rumble gear from that year. You can see the blue with the stars. The Eagles just looks really good. A little scuff here, man. I feel like this is so annoying. Even the Elite 111 I had a little scuff right on the front of his goddamn crotch, and it's like, oh, I probably will be buying another one regardless. One to play and one to display. Little of a sloppy paint application here, but man, this just looks really good in detail if you guys can see it up close here. Came out just a little bit. You can see the different reds. Just very toyetic, man. Just really nicely done. He does have the new boot mold. I will say, looking at it, the feet look to be a little big, man, for Cody. I guess we'll definitely run through some comparisons with some of the older ones, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Those feet look a little larger than they probably should be for this Cody Rhodes figure. I mean, this, again, it is a new boot mold completely for Cody. I wonder if it has the straps on here. I thought they were sculpting the straps on, but I don't see them on there. But let's take a look at this weight belt here. I hope I do not regret this. Can we remove it easily? Came off pretty easy. This weight belt looks like it should close how it should. If you guys remember the Ultimate, the buckle on that one was on the opposite side. I think they printed it backwards. Looks like they corrected it, and it should close more properly on the front. Now, here's the true test. Can I do this on camera? Yeah, this is definitely fixed and updated. Look how easy that went in. Thank you, Mattel. Cannot wait to see more of these new weight belt molds for like a Hollywood Hogan. That looks awesome. It fit pretty good. No issues there, so I appreciate Mattel correcting that initial problem with the Ultimate. Articulation-wise, the head will fully rotate. Arm goes fully around. Get the bicep cut. Double-jointed pinless elbows. Hands will rotate and hinge. You do get the ab crunch, waist articulation. Man, the legs are very stiff. Man, look at that. I don't even want to play with that because I don't want to screw up any of this paint application on his legs, especially with these tights here. But, man, they're very stiff. I may have to heat them. You do have the thigh cut. He has the pinless legs, which are very stiff, man. This is disappointing. You got the boot cut and the new articulation on the feet. They do hinge and move a lot easier. That I do like. Aesthetically, I think they're too big. But, man, lately with Mattel figures, these joints are impossible to move and pose. For your Cody Elite comparisons, we've obviously gotten a ton, and we will continue to get plenty more. So on the left, we have the top picks in the light blue. We have the other top picks in the red. The Elite 111 here, you can see how comparable they are. Very Toyota gear with the new Royal Rumble Elite. We have the Ultimate Edition here, as well as the newest top picks with the updated weight belt too. I actually never took that weight belt off because I thought it was going to be a pain in the ass. We also do have a review of this guy coming, the Casey Jones Cody Rhodes figure, so stay tuned to my YouTube channel here. One gripe I'm going to say, and it's going to sound really nitpicky, he won the Royal Rumble. Can we got a more expressive face than the plain one? Can we got like a smiling one where he's happy to win, or a screaming one? Just some more expression. I know that, like I said, we have the heads, we can swap them. Just a thought there. I'm curious to know why they went with the straight face head yet again. Two quick things I wanted to go over with Cody before we move on to the Khali Build-A-Figure. So I did swap out a smiling head, give him some emotion. The man just won the Royal Rumble and is going to main event WrestleMania. But I also wanted to compare the boots. Look at the size difference of the foot versus the old one. I mean, if you guys want to go foot to foot, it is just slightly bigger. But aesthetically, it just looks giant compared to the old one. Like, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Is it my eyes? Am I wrong here? Or do you guys agree the new boot mode looks a little too big? Finally, we have our great Khali all assembled. And remember, he only came out in basic form. They used to give out the cop-out excuse of, oh, well, he doesn't really move that well to warrant an elite, so we're just going to keep him as a basic. They never did one, so we finally get him as a Build-A-Figure. And I was just going to complain and say, hey, the only accessory you get is his hands, and they looked to be like, why did they give him like the bigger Big Show hands? In fact, they did. They read my mind. So if you see a standard hand versus the bigger hand, he's got a bigger fisted hand. So if you guys want to go with the fists over the chokeslam hands, you can. This figure looks great. It's not perfect. I'm going to point out a few things. Maybe it's just mine, but let's zoom in on that head. We'll shrink him down a bit. You can see the head sculpt looks pretty badass, man. Really nice. You can see a nice sculpted hair here. Articulates. It comes off a little easier than I want to. Now that we're, kind of going through the review here, you'll see this big torso here. Is one thing I'm going to point out after we look. You can see some kind of like marks or paint scrapes on his legs, but you'll see it says Punjabi on the side. Same on the other side. I love these sculpted feet, man. They look massive. They fit Khali really well. Here's my complaint now. I don't know if this is mine, but his legs are kind of loose, man. They are really loosey-goosey. I mean, I'm going to have them on a display stand, but you guys can't see that. It's not, look at how stiff some of these goddamn elite legs are. And now we finally get the Build-A-Figure Khali, and I get the freaking stiffest, the loosest legs you could possibly get here, which is really annoying. But if, again, you want to go through some articulation, the head, like I said, wants to pop off a little easier than I wanted to. The arms will full rotate. You get the bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows. He's got the big, like, Hulk Hogan arms. The hands will hinge and rotate, so that moves pretty well. Torso is a little loose also. Pretty good at the waist. Does the splits about that much, probably more than you would need Khali. Only kicks up there. Look at the size of these pants, my lord. Double jointed pinless legs, moves pretty good here. A little stiff on the knee. There's a thigh cut. There is no other lower cut. The feet do hinge down here, and they do rock, so that is pretty nice. I do like the feet. I guess my only real complaint I'm going to say is just how loose some of these parts feel as far as the legs and the head. The rest of the figure does feel pretty solid, though. Some quick super heavyweight comparisons. So we have the Big Show here on the left, and we have the Ultimate Yokozuna. You'll see the Big Show is actually taller. Khali is listed at 7'1", and the Big Show is listed at 7 feet. So I guess I don't know if the Big Show's too big or the Khali's maybe slightly too short. But you'll see size-wise versus Yokozuna also has some girth to it for some of these big super heavyweight figures. If you guys have enjoyed this video review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this brand new Royal Rumble Elite Wave, and if you'll be looking to add it to your collection. While you're at it, please make sure to turn on those notification bells. Stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my YouTube channel. Subscribing really does help me out and help me grow this channel, so when you guys subscribe, I really do appreciate it. My personal take on this brand new Royal Rumble Elite set, I think on a whole, it's really fun. There's a lot of different characters and figures for every type of collector. You know, these are all pretty, again, very different eras of wrestling, and it's kind of crazy how unique they are, especially the Build-A-Figure. We're finally getting a great Khali. I love that we're no longer stuck to just suited Build-A-Figure wrestling toys here. But let's go through them. We're going to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite, and just because something's at the bottom doesn't mean it's a bad figure. At number 5, I'm going to go with Hurricane, just a figure I was not as excited for, but let's talk about this figure real quick before we jump to the next one. I think it is very toyetic. I love the cape. I love how clean the mask or the face paint is painted on there. The gear just pops with a nice green. I love how these two-tone coloring on the boots came out. At number 4, I'm going to go Hulk Hogan, and it's nothing to do with the figure. It's great. It's just we've seen it before. You're really buying this figure for the sheet, and, you know, as a Hulkamaniac, that pains me to put him at number 4, but even the sheet, it came out pretty good, whatever you want to call it. Is it a bed sheet? Is it, I don't know, a post? Or I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it a sheet. It sits in his hands okay. Just trying to get him in this pose, you know, to put this thing back in his hands was a little annoying. It kept popping out. So once you get in there, I wouldn't move it. I really wish there could have been a piece of plastic or something slid in there, like a little rod, just to give him a little more grip. But again, this is pretty much the Elite 96 figure with the new accessories. It's like Malibu Stacy with a new hat, but it's needed for your collection of your Hulkamaniac. I definitely will be adding this, but I probably will only be getting one of him. At number 3, I'm going to go with the Great Khali. I really do like this Build-A-Figure. It is pretty awesome that we're getting him as an Elite. I do love the, you know, the design on his shoes, how big they are, his legs, and the size of it. The head sculpt is phenomenal. I'm taking off points because he just doesn't feel that good when you articulate him, especially the legs. They just feel really loose. I hope that's just mine. So if you guys do get the set, let me know down in the comments below how loose your legs are or the head. I just feel like they pop out a little easier than I want to. The surprise figure at number 2, I'm going to go with Big Daddy Cool Diesel. I just think this figure looks so clean. It's a sleeper of the set. A lot of people are like, I don't want this era of Kevin Nash. I love the white singlet. I love he's got the arm sleeve tattoo. It just looks really nice. Even the darker paint applications on his beard and his hair. Probably could have been a little darker if you ask me, but I really like how they came out. Number 1, without a doubt, is Cody Rhodes. This is a figure I really want in my collection for quite some time now. I'm sure a lot of you have too. It just looks really nice and clean. If there's any gripes, I'm going to say, obviously, the articulation. He's very stiff. I just don't get it. But even some other Codys that we've gotten lately, I just feel like the leg articulation, something with the crotch piece where they're not coming out, they're not hinging. They kind of feel like drop-down hips where you kind of have to close them and push them back up for them to go back up. I do appreciate they switched out this weight belt and corrected it. It fits a lot better, looks a lot nicer, and it looks more like a weight belt to me. Still, I feel like can be a little better. Hopefully they can correct. I would really like to see the buckle come over here instead of this piece over the top of it. Wish they could have given a better head sculpt, again, a little more expressive. And the foot just to me looks, the boot mold on the lower part of the foot looks to be a little big, but the rest of this figure is just so nice. Look at the gear, so toyetic. If you are interested in adding any of these figures to your collection, head over to ringsidecollectibles.com where you can use promo code 4LIFE to save 10% off your order. Before you go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at AlexWestCollects. Thank you again so much for your continued support and checking out these reviews. They really do mean a lot. And we got more reviews coming your way. We got the Cody Rhodes as Casey Jones. We still got the greatest hits elites coming. So I feel like I've gotten no sleep lately, just pumping out review after review. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you all in the next one.